Hello, my friends. How is everybody tonight? I see that the chat is full of some of my favorite people already. Let's see. I'm waiting for YouTube to catch up with StreamYard. If you can hear me, just give me a little 5x5. That would be, oh, there we go. I think we're live. Okay, beautiful. And I see the chat is jumping already. I'm super excited that everyone's here tonight. Yarn Prepper and all of my mighty mods, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I see Sally, the Hoosier Prepping Nurse, Van City. Your video about Nepal was amazing. That tea house, like I can just imagine the smell in there must have been so cool. Nate Dampier, Nate, hey, how you doing? Nate and I chatted on Facebook the other day. The Florida RN is in the house. Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry. Lori, I know you've been getting ready for the hurricane. Vancouver Vixen in the house tonight. And PAEMT FF9. Welcome. I've never seen you in the chat before. I'm really glad that you're here. Let's see. Got a lot of great chat going on. I'm really glad that you guys were in the chat before I got here. Michelle Moon, do you think 8 p.m. is too late to start another canning load? I don't know. How late do you want to stay up tonight? Okay, Lynn Stalker in the house. And Uncle Al's here. Thank you, Uncle Al, for being one of the mighty mods. Enough said, Sarah B. Thank you for the 5x5, Uncle Al. Pink Southern Gal. And Andrea. Andrea has a lot to say on this subject about being called crazy for prepping and not having the support at home. Michelle Moon, I have a pork butt that I want to get in jars. Girl, if you want to stay up, put you a marathon of Netflix on. I'll be here for the next hour so we can hang out. USMC, hello, good to see you. Barbara B in Florida, hi there. Everybody from Florida tonight, I know what we're all thinking about. We've got Mike's weather page and Tony Manolfi telling us what's going on. Fox 35 weather. Hello, apartment prepper on the move. I am so excited to see your new place. R. Jarrett 001, thank you for joining us. And Courtney. Hi, Courtney. Had to get those bifocals in there. The Banks Homestead, hi. And Martin Farms LC, Paula Hensley, Rita Hunter. Hey, Rita, good to see you tonight. Florida based. Some of the best comments come from Florida based. Love that channel. There's a super lag tonight. I don't really know what's happening, but anyway, we're just going to roll with it. So tonight we're going to talk about 10 things you can do if you do not feel supported at home. And I know that a lot of people in, the prepping lifestyle, not everyone is as blessed as I am to have, all the support that they deserve at home. So let's get right into it. And I see a lot of people popping in. Robin's Nest and Lucinda. Hi, Lucinda. Ginny's here somewhere. I saw Ginny fly by here in the chat real quick. Let's see. Yeah, sleeping may be overrated. Oh, Yarn Prepper. Her sister calls her a hoarder. We're going to get into that. Hi, Tony. Thank you so much for that nice email earlier. I really appreciate you looking out for us. This girl preps up in the house, Lisa Robbie. Let's see. Barbara in Florida. All the people thought I was crazy for prepping and changed their tune when Charlie came through. I remember that. Four hurricanes in 6 weeks. That was enough. That was enough. Martin Farms. And let's see. Hi, Robin. How are you this evening? Glad to see you're here. I'm going to do a couple more shout outs. Ginny canned 12 pints of jalapenos today. I got to write that down on my wins of the week for the wrap up. Ginny. Jalapenos. Okay. Oh, Lucinda spent the day tearing down her garden. Y'all are wanting to do wins of the week here a little early tonight, and I love it. Tore down the garden. Hi, Kay. Nice to see you. Always good to see you. Okay, White Tigress is up in the house somewhere too, and I see JC is here as well. White Tigress has some of the coolest comments. Latrice, hi, how are you? South Florida. My family thinks I've stocked up too much. Is that such a thing? Okay. Kathy says, my friend tells me that I'm being afraid, that I don't have faith in God. I told her that I'm being aware and not afraid. Absolutely. MK Crafts dehydrated some tomatoes. You all have those dehydrators rocking, and I almost cracked mine out today, and because the humidity finally left, and now, I didn't do it. Beth Mitchell, the dirt came in for her garden. Mitchell, dirt, garden. Got it. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to prep even though you're not feeling supported. And the number one thing that I had was expand your support network. Get some new friends. Seek out like-minded people, make internet friends, peer support groups, and just know that you are not alone. So expanding your support network, I have loads of internet friends who are very like-minded, and here comes Mr. B. He said he wasn't going to be in the broadcast tonight, but yeah, here he is.
I support you.
I'm glad you support me. Thank goodness, because I'm crazy. Oh, look, there's Tater. Tater missed last week's live stream because he had a brand new bony, and he didn't want to come in the live stream. Yeah, he's getting big. Oh my goodness, you guys are wins of the week all up in here. Okay, so just know that you're not alone, and if you find some like-minded people, it gets a lot easier. Number 2, we're going to look at sharpening the coping skills. So when people are kind of swimming against the current of their family or their, friend group, a lot of times there's some pushback. So sharpening those coping skills through prayer, meditation, physical exercise will help process the pain and resentment of people not understanding you. And mostly when you don't feel supported is when there's a lack of communication. There's a lack of people hearing you and you don't feel heard or understood. And then that's really, really hard. As a human being, we want fundamentally to be understood. And for people to not get that is very disheartening. I'm going to run into the chat here really quick and just see. And, you guys had some great comments about, people calling you crazy and people calling you a hoarder and all the things. And I totally get it. I had a random person at Dollar Tree once in 2014. I had some prepping items on the conveyor belt, and he said, hey, you're one of those crazy doomsday prepper ladies, aren't you? And I looked at him. First of all, I've learned this is my nice thing that I do. I look at the person and I say, do I know you? In my prettiest, southernest, most gorgeous old lady voice, like, do I know you? No, I don't. Okay, that's what I thought. And then I just keep doing whatever I want because they're not paying my bills. They don't have any right to tell me what to do or what not to do or what to buy or what not to buy. So anyway, I just looked at the dude. I said, no, you know what? I'm not a crazy doomsday prepper, but I did stop in to get a Halloween costume for my dog. And then I just turned around and he was just didn't know what to do because, he obviously was trying to antagonize me, but I got ninja skills. So, let me just run up through here. You guys got to save your win of the week for 8:30. We're going to do the topic first, and then at 8:30, we'll do win of the week. So Kathy says her friend is telling her that she's being afraid, that she doesn't have faith in God. Being aware is not being afraid. Thank you so much for sharing that comment, because Noah prepared and other people have prepared over the years. And that doesn't, just because you're preparing doesn't mean that you're afraid. It means that you're smart. Nate is paying attention to those Florida storms. Hi, Regina. Regina is my neighbor. Hey, girl. All right. Yeah. Michelle says, I thought that there's a really bad lag. I thought you were supposed to do everything you could and then put your faith in God. Absolutely. And, it says right in the Bible that God helps those that help themselves. So let's not be all like, oh, God will take care of me. No, you have to put the effort in first. Absolutely. That is so important to know that you need to put your effort in first. Hi, Rhonda. Glad that you're in the chat tonight. Let me just see if anybody else has anything in there about being crazy for prepping. Oh, wow. Yarn Prepper actually found a local friend in an Alaska Prepper Live. That's super awesome. I know a lot of people have come up and said, hey, I'm in Marion County, or I'm in Lake County, or I'm on the other side of the state from you, but hey, there's a lot of preppers in Florida. Okay. Hey, Carrie. Took care of some home stuff, worked out some buttermilk biscuits. Oh, celebrating 11 years of marriage today. That is awesome. And Paula says, your family will thank you for prepping one day. Absolutely, they will. Absolutely. Yeah, all the good peeps are here tonight, aren't they, Andrea? I like that comment. Oops, I don't know why that happened. Yay, coping skills, 12 steps here. So I did want to mention that there is a program called Codependence Anonymous, and I've done the steps in that program several times. And you don't have to be an addict to do Codependence Anonymous, but it did help me understand the language that I use and why I use it, and to identify people in my life who maybe didn't really have my best interests at heart. I have a big heart and I always see the best in people. But I have to say that that's really not a trait that will carry you that far, especially when the people who are around you don't have your best interests at heart. So my number three is keep a journal. So journaling can help me look back on my process. It can help me feel heard because I understand me better than anyone. It can help me make sense of my feelings, and I can get to know myself and know my why for prepping. I can process my emotions, and it's also a great place to write down my dreams and my goals. This is super important to make sure that I am keeping track of my dreams and goals, no matter what anyone says. And then when I accomplish those dreams and goals, I can look back in my journal and go, wow, in January, I really wanted to put together a recipe book, and now it's September, and look at how great it came along. Number 4 is to analyze why you don't feel supported. Am I trying to do something so different that other people don't understand what I'm trying to do? Why is there a communication breakdown? Am I not explaining myself properly? Are the people just so ingrained or normal biasy that they don't understand or they don't want to understand? And then, it's okay if other people don't get it. I don't have to make them understand why I want to do a specific thing. Number 5 is keep it simple. Don't over explain or try to wake people up. The trying to wake people up, that's out the window. I'm all done trying to wake people up. If you're not awake by now and you haven't seen the light, then I don't know what to tell you. So just be clear about what you want and then do it yourself. Highlight the upside. So, we had a person in the chat recently, and she, she accomplished a goal and she was really proud of herself. And while it wasn't the big goal, it was a little tiny piece of a little goal to equal the big goal. So she was getting the steps together to get that big goal accomplished. And I was really thankful for her comment because, she had learned how to water bath can, and her goal was to do a huge prepper pantry. Well, learning how to water bath can is a tiny little part of it. And it was really great. And her husband was not really all that supportive, but hey, that's okay. Number 6, treat yourself well. Life is short, so make sure that you're doing self-care, you're taking breaks. I know today I was like in full-on prepper mode, and about 11 o'clock, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm pretty tired. I'm going to make myself a protein shake, and I'm going to go lay out in the sun and just get some, some rest and relaxation. And I still kept my eye on the storm and still, did all the things that I could do, but I just did them outside on my phone in the sunshine, and took a break from being on my feet. So treating yourself well is important, especially if you don't have support in what you're trying to do. Number 7, ask yourself what the end goal is. Is my goal realistic? And then leverage the skills that I have to make my goal happen. Now, if I was in a city and I had a 1/4 acre lot and I was trying to turn my 1/4 acre lot in an HOA into a homestead and have goats and chickens and all the things, that goal isn't really realistic. But say I wanted to build a 6-month pantry and I lived in a situation like that, totally doable. So what is the end goal? Like with my pantry, I'm going to have to slow down eventually because I'm running out of room. To be brutally honest. And is the end goal 6 months? Is it a year? Now we're focused more on seed saving and gardens and things like that so that we don't have to store that much food. Yes, skill sets. And then leverage your skills. Mr. Biggs just said skill sets. Absolutely. So we're also working on all of our skills. Number 8 is change your approach. Your wake-up conversations are probably really scary for people. They could cause insecurities or even just make them really jealous, which jealous people say mean things and insecure people say mean things. So if you're trying to wake people up and you're having these really scary conversations about world without rule of law and SHTF and all that, people are going to get really, really freaked out, especially if they're not aware. So maybe just change your approach. Like, hey, the price of tomatoes has gone up. Maybe we buy an extra few cans. Or, hey, I noticed that there's a drought here. Do you think we could stock up and that would be smart? I'm going to go back to the chat because I know you guys are chatting and I see you all bumping up around in here. I love this comment from the PAEMT, spiritual, psychological, physical preparedness, the triad of necessity. That is so spot on. Oh, John has a 12-year anniversary tomorrow. Okay. Rebecca says, I don't know why there's such a lag tonight. My husband was more about prepping than I was, and I'm glad I got on board. Hey, I'm glad you got on board too. Lori had no support until she found a YouTube family. Yay! I'm glad to be part of Lori's YouTube family. There's Florida Glitz running late, but she's here. Super glad to see you. And everybody's in. Okay. Cynthia, how did your dandelions turn out? I find a bunch more use for them. If they lived, they did live, and they are doing well in the garden now. We have some new ones popping up, and I'm super excited. Not only that, but the wind blew some of the seeds into the chicken pen area, and there are wilder dandelions. Dandelions that traditionally grow up north don't grow here in Florida, so I've planted them, and just kind of seeing how they're going. Okay. You're nice about it. I'm not saying you ain't paying my bills. Tony, that's a great comment. Okay. There we go, Lucinda. Being aware is not being afraid. That's absolutely correct. And Lori says, God gives us resources to use. It's up to us to use what he gives us. Absolutely. And he gives us a brain and free will. No, not only do we have intelligence, we have free will. We have so many tools at our disposal. And yet most people just waste that on whatever it is that, that is more shiny. And prepping is not a shiny business. It's not jingly keys. It's hard work. And it takes a lot. It's a very ant-like pursuit. It's very like, doing my work instead of the grasshopper who plays. And all preppers are familiar with that story. Hey, Leslie is from Utah and most everyone preps here. That's a really good community to be in. Back to cutting meat to can tomorrow, but still listening. All right, Rita. I keep looking for you at Aldi. Hey, girl, if you're at the one on Silver Springs, you'll probably see me. Oh, Martin, I'm sorry that your brother makes fun of you. That's that insecurity and jealousy. Behind those words, there probably is an entire iceberg of just emotion underneath that water, and we don't really know, what that is, and we don't need to know, to be honest. You're in Columbia County. Well, I hope you stay safe during the storm. It's going to be an interesting. They still kind of don't know where that is, and I'll talk about that in about 10 minutes. Michelle says there are a lot of preppers in Florida because of hurricanes. You're absolutely correct. And Susan says, my family doesn't know I'm prepping, but I'm doing it for them too. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. And you know what? They'll thank you someday too. Lori says, all the cool kids are here. That's right. You can come and sit with us at the cool kids table. Lori's in Polk County. Andrea was going to mention CODA. Yeah, it's a wonderful prep. It's a wonderful prepper. It's a wonderful program. OP in the house. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I'll see you on Monday night in your live stream. I think Orlando Prepper, if you want to drop what time you do your live stream in the comments, we'll have everybody come over and hang out with you on Monday night. Beth looks at prepping as if I want to purchase a big item for my house, then I just don't buy groceries for a month. We used to do a pantry challenge every year in August and another one in November, November-ish. And this year we didn't do it. I didn't dare to do a pantry challenge. What we did do was identify some of the things that needed to be eaten up and go ahead and eat those. But I did not do the actual pantry challenge. All right. Kathy says, I'm alone in my prepping as neither family nor friends believe there's anything bad going on. Oh, wow. I wonder whom they think is going to come to the rescue. Kathy, I'm really sorry that you don't have anybody in your circle that is helping you to prepare. It's much like the story of the little red hen. And I hate to be like a fable person tonight, but it is very true. Like, who will help me grind the wheat? I was thinking about that the other day while I was planting my green beans. Florida based. We no longer include extended family or strangers in prepping plans. Certain area of the house and property are off limits to visitors lest they know better. That's exactly right. And it's going to come down to hard choices because as the economy slows, it's going to be harder and harder for people to get, the things that they need. They may need a place to stay. People are going to lose their houses and lose their cars and lose all kinds of things. So if you're not preparing, then, it's not really the smartest choice. Okay. Number 9 is my favorite. Speak to the wallet. So, if you know and you go to the store and you're like, wow, this can of tomatoes was 52 cents last week when I went, and now it's 62 cents. Hey, do you think that we should spend an extra $100 and speak to the wallet and stock up on whatever it is? And, you may get farther by speaking to financial goals rather than, it's going to be so terrible and there's an economic collapse and blah, blah. You may just be able to speak to the wallet and have people understand because everybody feels the pinch right now of inflation. So it's maybe easier that way. And number 10, I just want you to know that you can do it without support. You can't please everyone. So just go ahead and do it anyway. Anything is possible. Now, realistically, we have to keep some goals in mind, but you can do whatever you want. You can do it. And you don't need approval or help or anything from anyone. Just do what you feel is right in your heart. And we've talked about that urgency. We've talked about the feelings that we get as, people who are aware and awake. That's kind of crazy. Okay, back to the chat. Okay, Lori says, today was a busy day trying to get everything done, and going to the store wiped her out. Mr. B got up this morning at the regular time, 4:45, and he went in to help his friend with his roof. So the flashing around the chimney was all messed up, and with the storm coming, they were concerned that there was going to be leakage and all kinds of bad things. So he went in and helped his friend do his roof, fix it. It was just a repair. It wasn't the whole roof. And he got gas at 6 a.m. And he said that there wasn't any lines at 6 a.m. and they did have most of the pumps open. So that was a good thing. We filled up 2 cans and he filled up his truck. My car is currently full because we're preppers and we know that during peak hurricane season, we don't let our cars go down below like 3/4. So this is good. The generator's full, the cans are full, we're ready. We didn't go to any stores today. I don't have any reason to be out because I'm already prepared. So might as well just let the novices and the people who aren't ready go ahead and do that. Andrea says, it actually feels great to do what I'm doing. It feels like it's against the odds, but she gets it all done. I love that. Everybody needs to know that they can do whatever they set, whatever you set your mind to, you can do. JC likes to crochet, so every now and then you set money aside to buy yarn. Oh, really? That's great. I'm glad you found a great deal on yarn. Yarn is the best. I used to crochet all the time, and I stopped doing it because I started doing YouTube. But someday, when I don't have anything else to do in my spare time, I will go back to it. Orlando Prepper wants to know if everybody's ready for the storm, and I'm ready for comments about the storm, so we can do that. Tony End goal is ready, but if the rapture comes, someone who finds my pantry will be all set. Hey, that's a good way to think about it. Yeah, I've stopped sharing pretty much. I mean, you guys on YouTube, I share it with you, and I have a couple of friends who are also preparedness minded, but I'm done trying to wake people up. It's too late, in my opinion. If you don't want to wake up and get on board with, the fact that we're going to have an economic collapse or a collapse of the dollar or a currency change or whatever, then, you've been doing things with your time that aren't productive. My daughter thinks it's crazy and is very picky, but I know she would come here if she was hungry. See, a lot of people are going to be knocking on doors when it comes time. I see a super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. That is half of a box to the soldiers. Vancouver Vixen, I've learned who not to talk about it with. I can't convince people. Most are afraid. Just lead by example. And if they have sincere questions, then discuss it gently. Thank you for the candy cash for the troops. They're going to love that. That buys like 10 boxes of drink mix, or it buys half of the shipping over to the boys. And they've been on maneuvers. I haven't really heard anything from my son as of the moment. I know I did plant them in my garden because it was just an experiment to see if they would actually grow, because we have the wrong kind of soil for dandelions, but they did pretty well. I don't know. I can always pull them out. It's not a big deal to me. I don't know. I was just excited that they actually grew. Fake person. Well, hello. I'm glad that you're new here, and thank you for saying hello. Watching while at first hubby thought I was a nut, but didn't stop me. See, Mr. B used to kind of think, okay, this whole pantry thing, the dream pantry, which if you've been on my channel, you've seen the dream pantry. When we first moved in the house, he was like, okay, you want to do a pantry in here? Cool. And then he was like, oh, it's kind of getting kind of big in here. Like, oh. And then we got locked down during the events of 2020. And he walked in and said, I don't know why it's not bigger. Let's do this. So now it's the dream pantry. Okay. Let me get caught up a little bit here. You know what, fake person? You don't even have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about spelling here. We're not grammar police. We're good. Hi, Michelle J. Glad you made it. Oh, your chickens love dandelion greens. That's good to know. We've got some stuff popping up, some dandelions popping up in the chicken pen. Definition of a prepper is a big issue too. Yeah, everyone has a different idea. So most people kind of think, most noobs think that preppers are greedy and that they hoard food and that they don't leave any for anyone else. And that's honestly the opposite of most preppers I know. Most preppers I know are very generous people, like Rudy over at Alaska Prepper. I mean, what a guy. He's always donating to the homeless shelter and to the domestic violence shelter, and he's always helping people, helping other channels. I mean, he's a pretty great dude. And so most of the prepping community I've found has been very generous, very kind, very just open and willing to help people. Shelly C. I encourage people to stock up, and when they complain about food prices, I tell them to buy now before prices go up even more. They will accept the saving money reason faster than the shortage reason. Absolutely. We're going to speak to the wallet. A lot of people know, oh my gosh, the price is going up. They don't want to hear about the shortages, but they will listen if you tell them, just about the prices going up. Yeah, a certain amount. Yeah, a certain amount is normal up north to have on hand. Okay. Rhonda Allen. I convinced my husband that I'm prepping for winter, not doomsday. Big ice storm last year here in Pittsburgh. See, and that's it. That's the approach. Change the approach. And don't be scary. Just kind of, if people aren't on board, just do it. I kept telling Mr. B, something is telling me we have to do this. And we thought it was 2020. And then we got to 2021 and we both had surgery in the same year. And I was like, okay, this is it. And then I realized it wasn't it. So here we are, almost to 2023. When we bought our homestead 2 years ago, it was a financial stress. Our preps got us through 3 months of almost no grocery shopping. Thank you so much for that comment, USMC. Our preps got us through almost 6 months of, it was 4 months, no paycheck for Mr. B. And then I really wasn't out of work at all. I didn't miss any paychecks, but it was a dicey year financially for us. It was definitely not what we're used to. We're used to working and being at work. Okay. I was asked to speak with a financial group here in the community. Martin, that's awesome. And so excited for our community. Allows me to teach preparedness and preservation so we can all encourage each other. Absolutely. The Forest on Facebook just started a Forest Homesteaders group. Super excited to be a part of that. Some say they can't afford to prep. You can prep if it's only one every time you go to the grocery store. That's 100% correct, Paula. And a lot of people are agreeing with you in the chat. Definitely a perfect statement. You can afford an extra can of corn. You can do it. Okay. Received another order of books in the mail today. Homestead and Survival, building a library just in case there's no internet. Lucinda, that is super smart. Okay. Sue says, I'm prepping for someone I care about and her family. She'll keep me safe and not broadcast it to the rest of the people in the area. That's important, is your OPSEC, 100%. Michelle is still need to get things secured, but all purchases for the hurricane long done. Yeah, this morning, Thursday, Mr. B texted me and said, hey, do we need anything at Rural King? And I was like, absolutely not. No, don't even go to Rural King. That's just crazy. We don't need anything. Florida base took a couple trees down today before the storm. The best thing about a hurricane is you get to prep like crazy and not look crazy. That's very true. Very true. And I don't want no part of that grocery store right now. No. Because people are going to be fighting over water and fighting over resources. And I'm not here for that. Hi, Sherry. Which cannon tonight? We just shut the canner off. It has some chicken in it. Okay. I don't have a wish list for Nathan and the guys. They like sweet stuff. Thank you, Michelle, for the super chat. Okay, so we have almost the full shipping for a box tonight so far. Yeah, Brennan, it is frustrating that people don't see that all the issues are interconnected. The supply chain is broken and each problem creates the next 100%. Oh, Michelle sent Oreo money. So a lot of people can't comprehend beyond a very short attention span thing. They just don't get it, where hey, the corn is going up because the harvest is terrible, and the harvest is terrible because there's no fertilizer, and there's no fertilizer because of geoeconomical political nonsense happening over in other parts of the world. The only thing they can see is the corn. They don't know any of the other stuff, and they're probably not capable of handling that much information about it. But they do understand the corn last week was 52 cents and this week it's 62 cents. So maybe just start there and, kind of warm them up for the other stuff. But it is hard to get people to understand. Rebecca Jean says, my husband called me crazy when I began prepping, but now here he is liking and following, commenting on your page. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Andrea, I started on Social Security and a single mom. It can be done. Absolutely. I had started prepping before Mr. B came onto the scene. I was single and I had 2 little boys in the house. And yeah. Dana, this is not a private chat. Everybody can see all of your comments. Okay, I'm caught up and it's 8:35 and it's time to do Win of the Week. This is my whole favorite part of being a YouTuber is Win of the Week. So I've got my Win of the Week pulled up here on my phone. Usually I write them all down, but this week I didn't do it. Okay, Michelle J says, and put your Win of the Week, put Win of the Week, and then put your comment. For me, this week has been good. I bought a food saver with jar attachments and finally got our freezer at our house and enough solar to run it. My husband and I had a great long weekend together. Also, we got to visit some family that we haven't seen in a while. Pink Southern Girl kept both canners busy. Canned 10 pints of roast beef, 10 half pints of Polish kielbasa, 9 pints of black beans with onions, and 8 pints of homemade chili all in one day. Holy cred. Okay. Vancouver Vixen, who is in the chat tonight. Hey, girl. 14 quarts of potatoes cooling this morning from the canning session and 80 pounds of fresh potatoes in storage. Shelling some beans and ordered an apocalypse stove. Worked on getting a wood stove secured today, and I'll call it good until tomorrow. Girl, that's a lot of work. Sarah B celebrated 34 years with her husband on Friday, and that is a win. Amen. And congratulations. Banks Homestead Win of the Week. I found an ad in the newspaper for canning jars. 82 jars for $20, all sizes, and none were broken. JC Neal in the chat with the Win of the Week. My husband had surgery on his elbow in June. We'll be able to go back to work next month. Our prep saved us. Even if he was off for a while, we would be in good shape. Michelle, Win of the Week, found 2 half-gallon jars and 6 pint jars at Goodwill for $10. That's great because a lot of people are not finding good prices on jars at Goodwill. They want it's crazy money. Michelle Flo, Win of the Week, made homemade cards to gift. That's nice. That is really nice. I love homemade gifts. They're my favorite. Boxes of socks. Absolutely. The boys love socks. 100% they do because they don't really have very good laundry over there. Let's see. Alicia, I think it's Alicia. I don't know. Spent over 3 hours adding extra shelves and reorganizing the basement pantry. Worth the time and the effort. That is great. Princess Warrior, God saved my son Thursday from suicide threats. Jesus reigns. He is worthy of our praise. Hallelujah. Hallelujah indeed, my friend. That makes me want to cry. I need a minute. Let's get a drink. Okay. Squirrely Shirley. What a great name for a channel. I have cooked every single meal every day and went to bed with a clean kitchen. Girl, that is a win of the week. That is a win of a lifetime. My kitchen is a disaster. A quiet and orderly life. If you haven't checked out her channel, very good channel. No triple digits today. Finally found a pleasant temperature outside, and bonus, got all the mowing done. Teresa's house. Finally got my permit of protection, if you know what I mean. And I do know what you mean. And good for you. Amanda's homestead journey. Hung 85% of the plastic myself inside my portable building that is 12 by 28. All by herself. And there we go. You can do it. Number 10, you can do it. Nene's Prep and Kitchen. My win is buy one, get one free on country ribs. Free meat is definitely a win. Tammy Hughes. Vacuum sealed 20 packs of sausages. Purchased three number 10 cans of fruit. Stocked up on years worth of deodorant. 4 packs of ramen noodles for my grandkids. Monique Johnson fed the Nunellen Tigers football team before the game, preparing to serve hot meals to the community next Wednesday. That is awesome. I see some win of the weeks. This is my favorite part. Okay, let me get caught up. Okay, R. Jarrett. Win of the week, second round of Cowboy Candy. And finally got my wife to CC. That is awesome. Chicks need to be carrying 100%. Out of all the ladies at my job, are the one male that works with us carries, his wife carries, she works with us too, and four of us carry, me included. Yeah. The upcoming beer shortage might get people's attention. You know what? It might. Okay. Yarn Prepper, win of the week, sent out a crochet order and got another one. I saw your crochet over on Instagram. It is awesome. Win of the week for Sally over at Hoosier Prepping Nurse. Win of the week, I can salsa ketchup, ground chuck, doing ham tomorrow. Best win, I'm having lunch with my brother and my nephew tomorrow. That's awesome. Paula taught a friend how to pressure can this week. If you teach a man to fish, I'll tell you what, welcome to your new addiction, because pressure canning is the bomb. Andrea, win today, 15 quarts of burger, 4 quarts of chicken, crock of tomatoes, cooking down, peppers waiting to be chopped for the freezer, May can carrots tomorrow, and got my medical preps organized until it's too. Andrea, you've been busy. My kitchen looks like a hurricane hit it. Me too. Every video I try to normalize the working kitchen, because it's a for real thing when you're a prepper and a homesteader. Your kitchen is just, it's not picture worthy. Let me tell that. Sue George, over the last few days, I took advantage of meat sales, canned bacon, beef roast, and chicken. Well done. Thank you, Uncle Al, for reminding people to press the like button if you can do that. YouTube really likes that for whatever reason. It's free for you and really helps out the channel. I really appreciate it when people do that. Win of the week, made 89 jars of jalapeno peach jam, strawberry jam, cowboy candy, cowboy barbecue sauce, bought a case of Roma tomatoes to can, bought a case of Roma tomatoes to can for tomato soup. Wow, everybody's been so busy. Here we go. Rita, win of the week, found chicken breast for 99 cents and got 50 pounds. I can't believe they didn't have a limit. That's great. Cutting up now to can tomorrow. House is caulked, repainted, bushes trimmed, and donated 8 boxes of clothes to the homeless shelter. My goodness, you guys have been so busy. Well done. Well done. Carrie says, win for me, bought 130 pounds of chicken for 99 cents a pound. You guys are killing it. All right. Barbara B in Florida, win of the week, 50 pounds of sugar, baked weekly bread and meals. This is awesome. Okay. Yeah, much respect for that person that had 2 canners going. You know what I thought today when I had the chicken going? I thought, maybe I need another canner. Win of the week, found a new in-the-box grain mill at a thrift store for $5. That's awesome. Okay, Brennan's win of the week. Sam's Club now sells 10 pounds. 10 pounds of black beans for $1 a pound, and Dollar Tree has 24 ounces of organic tomatoes for $1.25. I saw somebody else haul those Dollar Tree organic tomatoes, and I've got to go check that out. Tony canned potato leek soup and sweet potatoes, chopped up 12 peppers to freeze, 5 pounds of onions to dehydrate it, carrot, spinach, and cabbage. Wow. You always need another canner. I have 3. I have 2. I have a water bath and I have a pressure canner, but maybe I need a new pressure canner. I don't know. Okay, back to the internet wins of the week. Uncle Al is brining half of a pig's head to make head cheese. Tony G won some nutrient survival and 2 t-shirts. Holly says, the good Lord blessed me with another week. Highs dropped so that it's in the 60s. So I got to say goodbye to 90-degree temperatures. Got powdered cream of chicken soup that was on her wish list. And then, oh my goodness, she had a long comment. This is great. 2 buckets of survival foods dropped in price, fluctuating in the $30 range, but do not have the money to purchase right now. Okay. And she finished her big long comment with, God is good, and you are right. You are right. I had some comments over on Instagram on Win of the Week. Let me see if I can find that. And if you're not on Instagram, a lot of great prepper channels are over on Instagram. And I post stuff on Instagram that I usually don't post on YouTube, because I'll tell you right now, YouTube will yank your channel down for no dang reason. Not even kidding. You don't even do anything wrong, and they're just like, oh, bye-bye. Things worth repeating 4-7. Started planting our fall veggie garden. Already seeing greenery in a few days. That's very exciting. I think it's Michelle 7-1. Chicken went on sale this week, so hubby and I picked up a bunch, and I am in the process of prepping easy freezer meals for myself this winter. I know I'll thank myself later. And then Andrea over at What's Up Family Home said, I got through the day without hurting somebody, LOL. And some days be like that. And I'm not kidding. Some days are just... Melinda's Messy Sink did a food saver on 2 rotisserie chickens from Sam's Club. So if you want to come over to Instagram anytime, I'm over there. It's the Big Prep, all one word. Oh my goodness. Now I'm behind again. Okay, Sally says, another win of the week. A friend that lives 40 minutes away but works 3 minutes from me had one of her barn kittens hide in a wheel well. She asked me if I would kitty sit, and now he has a permanent home. Yay! Tony has 2 pressure canners and 3 water bath canners. Wow. I'm thinking about that. If I happen to accidentally fall backwards into some moolah, I'll have to pick one up. Lori, if you want me to show you how to do Instagram, just let me know, babe. I'll help you out. Got another pressure canner Rita did, and have 2, can double stack in. One that holds 7 quarts, 2 water baths, and a juicer. Use them all and look for a small canner now. I can't do the big tall one because there's not enough room underneath my microwave for that. Sugar in the Attic. Hi, nice to see you here. Really, really glad you stopped by to say hello. Florida Glitz got the win of the week. I won 4 canning jar lids at Homestead Corner. Hey, that's awesome. Waiting on a sale for meat or chicken to can some more. There really wasn't a lot of deals this week at Winn-Dixie. Kind of boo. All right. My husband said I was crazy. Then he built me 2 huge shelves in the basement for preps. I like your husband. He is on board. Sherry in the Ozarks. Hello, Biggs and chat. Yes, Dollar Tree has the canned tomatoes for $1.25 that go for almost $9 a can at Walmart. Holy crud, I do have to go there. Let's see. A different pot of coffee. Bought a pressure canner a month ago, and I'll have to admit I'm super intimidated to use it. Oh, do it, girl. You won't be sorry. Do it. It's not as hard. It seems intimidating the first time, but once you do it, it's so easy. You'll be like, I don't know what I was afraid of. Okay, I picked muscadines. Oh, awesome. Canning 15 quarts juice now. Dehydrated vegetables, canned okra for frying. Planted a fall garden, storing seeds for indoor grow lights. Freezing green beans, and jelly. I thought it said freezing green jelly beans. I was like, well, that's oddly specific. My brain went, that was kind of weird. Okay, Shelly C. Purchased a Nesco electronic canner in June. Oh, I had an electric canner for a little while, and then it kept breaking my jars, and then I threw it away. Hi, Nene. I just gave you a shout out just a minute ago. Good to see you. Sowed the seeds, also storing seeds from the garden. So my win of the week, last week we put our fall garden in, and I did a ton of seeds that we had saved from our spring garden. All of my green beans popped up, all of them. I was so proud of myself, like giddy. And my husband was like, where did all these green beans come from? And I'm like, these are from the seeds that I saved. And he was really kind of impressed a little bit, like, my wife is kind of a bad booty. Okay, Cynthia, have you ever tried to can your own fresh citrus fruits? Yes, absolutely yes. So every year we make lemonade concentrate out of our lemons, and I've canned the oranges before. They're really good. I've made orange marmalade before. Orange cherry marmalade is actually our favorite because it's a little more sweet than the bitter marmalade. I know a lot of people love marmalade because it's bitter, but we like to put I just get frozen cherries like at, Walmart and make a cherry orange marmalade. It's delicious. Okay. Sue George has 2 pressure canners, one at home and one at my place up north. And everybody's saying hi to Nene. So glad you're here. And Nene just got her 4,000 hours of watch time. So if you haven't been over there, she does some really good videos over there. I've been a fan of her channel for a long time. Louise canned 120 pounds of peaches and a wheelbarrow of tomatoes. I'm jealous of that wheelbarrow of tomatoes. I'm hoping we get some tomatoes out of our fall garden. Oh, Nene, thank you. And I'll be doing a wrap up tomorrow. I'll try to get it posted by like 3 o'clock. I try to get it posted by noon, but it seems like on Sunday, YouTube takes forever to upload videos. Learned how and collected cattail pollen. Huh. They did do that in World War II. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Try pineapple marmalade. I am definitely going to try pineapple. So tomorrow I have all of my frozen bananas that fell from my tree earlier in the month, and they're all in the freezer, and I am going to make a banana brown sugar butter and can that, and it looks amazing. So I need to get all my bananas out of the freezer and shelf stable. Today I canned all the blackberries that I had foraged out of the forest the last year or so, and got those into make some blackberry jam. I got 9 half pints out of that, and I canned a ton of chicken. And today I was just really focused on getting the little freezer put into the big freezer, because if we have a hurricane and the power goes out, we unplug the refrigerator because I don't want a storm surge to like electrical surge to blow up my fridge. So we try to unplug as much as we can when we have a hurricane, because it is it's safer that way. It saves our electronics. Yeah, the banana brown sugar butter. I watched a bunch of videos today, and I read a bunch of different recipes, and a lot of them have bourbon in them, which I don't drink because I'm in recovery, and they're like, oh, the alcohol cooks off, but I'd rather not take any chances with my sobriety. So I'm not going to do a bourbon one. I'm just going to do bananas, brown sugar, and it's vanilla, which I have some Mexican vanilla, which is not alcohol based. And it just looks phenomenal. And there were a couple channels that even put some pecans in there, which I'm totally doing it. Totally doing it. So Orlando Prepper Hurricane, where did you go? Hurricane Prepper Program, Monday night, 7 Eastern time. I'll be there. I'll be in the chat. Good evening. Hey, August Rain, glad you made it. And doesn't that sound amazing? I was trying to figure out what I could do that was shelf stable with all those bananas. And yeah, that's, oh yeah, okay, I will record it. Hey, Lee, hi, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I'll record that tomorrow. Oh, Nene, almost forgot she had a crazy cake in the oven. Okay, well, we're almost to the end. A little update on Nathan. He actually hasn't really contacted me that much. They've been doing a lot of maneuvers out in the field, so he sent me a picture. I don't know if I can pull that up or not. Where is the picture? Oh, he sent me a picture because they have Aldi in where he actually got to go to a town, and they had an Aldi, and he knows that I love Aldi, and he sent me a picture of that. That's a picture of inside the tank. Oh, there he is. There he is. So his hair is really long. They must not have any hair clippers where he is. I don't know. But he's inside of his tank right there doing tanker stuff, Ma. That's what he usually says. Ma, I'm doing tanker stuff. So he hasn't really sent very many messages other than, hey, I'm okay, and then that's it. Thank you. I think he's handsome too. Winn-Dixie, I miss you. Publix too. Yeah. I rarely shop at Publix. Even their buy one, get one. It just, yeah. I don't know. I don't really shop there very much. But Piggly Wiggly, we used to have Piggly Wiggly out in the National Forest before it was Winn-Dixie, and I miss Piggly Wiggly. Lisa, thank you so much for the super sticker. We now have $20, which is exactly the amount we need to send a box to the boys. So that is awesome. I will fill up a box for them and I will send it their way. Yeah, I know. When she said that, I was like, do I have 50 pounds of butter? But I don't have 50 pounds of butter. Oh, thank you so much. I always tell him how proud I am of him. And he has been so excited and they've been sharing all the wonderful things. He's been very generous with his friends and people in his platoon. I don't really know what you call those people. They're not really coworkers, fellow soldiers. Because the community here has been so generous, and he's always very thankful for prayers, and he's always very thankful for thoughts, and that people aren't forgetting that the soldiers are over there. So he'll be home. I think he's got 7 months left, unless there's a war, which then who knows when he'll come home. And enough about that. Winn-Dixie was awful today. Yeah, I saw some different news clips and different videos and stuff of people, acting foolish out there in the world. And I don't want no part of that. Military family, there you go. And I know that the friends that he's going to make and that he is making will stay his friends for his whole life. So I'm just happy to be a part of it. Yarn Prepper says, I lost my prepper card over the butter. I think I did too, because I think I probably have 20, but I don't have 50. Literally, fruit falls on the ground. Oh, and that's the expression where windfall came from. That is awesome. Yeah. Proud mom, but worry mom. That's okay. That's all right. He's my boy. He's still my kid, He's like, Ma, I'm a sergeant in the Army. You don't have to worry about me, but still, it's my child. Okay, you guys, it's time for me to hop off, and I might go over to pinball preparedness, and I might watch a movie with Mr. B. So I don't know which will happen yet. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the super chats. You don't know how much that helps out with the shipping to yeah, you don't know how much that helps. Hey, it's Sunshine State Survival. I just saw you. Where did you go? There you are. So glad you're here. I love your videos, and I'm a huge fan of your channel. And yes, stay safe and sound through the hurricane. I'll be putting a video up on Monday of everything that we're doing to get ready. Yeah, pinball preparedness is next, and they are live. So I'm going to get out of here. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. I'd rather be a year early than a day late. Thank you, moderators. Bye.